think the more that we can have athletes competing, at English champs, so that the likes of British Athletics are recognising them, it gives more kudos to the club. And I think one more thing I'd like to add is that we're quite lucky in that we're able to take part in a national initiative called Club Connect, which British Athletics put on, which is where they have, when you've got all the British Grand Prix that are going on, international competitions, they have this relay competition that they put on at the start of these major competitions, and they invite all the local clubs along, so whether it's taking place in Glasgow or Birmingham. And we've been successful twice this year to have been involved in that, and we've got another one coming up at the end of August, when you've got the next British Grand Prix, where you've got a lot of the international athletes that you've seen at the Commonwealth Games will be there. And we've got 3 teams from under 13, under 15, under 15s, under 17, competing as a mixed relay group that have the opportunity to train at Birmingham in the same area that some of these international athletes are training, and it just gives a much more broader exposure of the club at this level.
Fantastic. Do you think that the legacy from Olympics 2012 and of course the recent Commonwealth Games, do you think that's inspired a few more people to get involved, get up off the couch, or indeed get involved in athletics?
I think it definitely inspires people to get involved, especially the youngsters. But I think, like Caleb was saying, that I think a lot of people think when you're running 100 metres, you just go out there and run it. But to run at that speed efficiently, there's a lot of hard work that goes into it. So during the summer months, we do get a lot of youngsters that come along and they enjoy the running. But then when the winter training kind of kicks in, and they're doing other types of exercise and physical development, you get the ones who are more committed to it and the ones that kind of drop out. And then you also, it's also about tailoring it with the youngsters and making sure that they're doing other sports as well, because we like to encourage them to keep doing other sports because it just helps that variety of their development. But also it's when they do come to athletics, they need to apply themselves correctly and be committed to their development. But it is great, we do like it when, these big events come on, because you get a few more coming through the door.
Caleb, coming back to you now, who is your favourite sprinter then?
For me,
do you have one, past or present?
I like Kim Collins, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he Trinidad and Tobago?
Oh God.
He is. Why him?
It's just he's kept going over the years. He's just been around so long, and it shows that. What, 38 is he now? 37, 38?
Yes.
And he's still going sub-10s and stuff. It just shows what you can be capable of, what you can do.
Is there any targets that you've set yourself this year that you want to achieve?
This year was just about PBs. I'm in the bottom age group of the under 20s, and it was just and I've surpassed the PBs that I wanted to get. I was looking for 10.6 and 21.5, so I can't really complain about this season at all.
So you've reached out, and are you keeping up to? How can we keep up to tabs with what you're doing and going forward with the competition stuff that you're in?
There is a website, Power of 10, where you can view all athletes.
It's a great website, by the way.
Is it? Yeah.
It's for all the athletes, whether they're local ones to all the national ones that you see on the TV. And it's a great site that all the athletes, if they want to look at their, how they compare against their age group, and also, older ones are just across the country or regionally, they can see where. So it's a good aspiration for them to kind of look to. But if people go on the Power of 10, they can just search, and they can search by our club, Rugby Northampton, and they can see all the athletes and what they're achieving across all the disciplines. So whether it's track or field, sprints to middle distance, they can find all the athletes on there.
That's going on there. All right, and when were you when's are you next likely to be in a competition then, Caleb?
That's the YDL finals in September the 8th? 7th.
That weekend there.
Yeah.
All right, so we'd like to keep tabs on you guys. I mean, it's fantastic because obviously you spoke about there's track, there's field, there's long distance, middle distance, and so on. There's so many athletes that are doing very well here in Northampton, and we'd like to keep tabs on it, because if we are doing that well, we want to be singing your praises here.
Thank you.
Do you know what I mean? I want to say thank you both for coming in and sharing your time with us about Rugby and Northampton Club, and of course sprinting. And Caleb Downs, we've got to look out for that name, isn't it? Because
and a few more. There's a few more nipping at his ankles as well. So
I've seen him. Is it Samantha McFarlane? I've seen her son. I've seen him running as well.
No, well, I think some of the names, I mean, on sprints, you've got Caleb, you've got Rico, you've got Zach.
That's him, Rico.
Yeah, Rico Ewer, definitely. On the field side, we've got a fantastic athlete, Eleanor Broom, who last year was number 1 in the country for under 15s long jumps. And that's through the help of our flying coach from Bedford, which is Ian Roberts, which I know he'll appreciate me giving him a shout out. He's a National England Athletics coach. But yeah, we've got quite a few there nipping up Caleb's ankles. So I think look out for them.
Well, stay ahead of them, Caleb.
Oh,
Easy
try my
said.
best.
All right. And where can people listening, sign up to the club and get involved?
If they go to the Rugby Northampton website, it gives a lot of information about the club, the membership of the club. The current status, obviously, with Northampton at the moment, we're kind of in temporary accommodation. We're waiting for a new track that's hopefully going to be built at Moulton College for next spring. But we are coping very well, kind of sharing our track at rugby and also utilising schools in Northampton. But if they go onto the website, they'll get all the information there. And when they send an email through via the website, it gets sifted. So anybody in regards to sprints at Northampton, it comes to myself. If it's for middle distance, it goes to another coach. So, they do get a response generally kind of within 48 to 72 hours, because a lot of us do work as well in between. But yeah, they can get all they need, and we do keep it up to date with all the results of various competitions as well.